It all comes down to two teams battling it out for the 2015 Quiz Kids champion. Find out who wins next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the final game of our season. And we have two terrific teams who have battled it out and won their way to the top. They're going to play for the championship today. Let's meet them first. Jarek, Janchi, and Namit, the Bellarmine Bells. And in this corner, Anoop, Karthik, and Kelvin, the Mission San Jose Warriors. Gentlemen, congratulations on having made it this far. You've proven your intellectual strength all season long, and now it comes down to the final game. Here's how we're going to play. We are going to have two toss-up rounds, followed by our final round of categories, and out of that we will crown a champion for the season, okay? Good luck to both teams. Here is your first toss-up question. What namesake of the first four-year Mexican-American college in the U.S. led strikes against grape growers? Karthik.
Chavez.
That is right. For 25 points, prior to being renamed, San Francisco's Cesar Chavez Street was known by what name?
I don't know. Main Street? Yeah, sure. Main Street?
Not quite. It was Army Street. I don't know why you would know that, but there you go. Next toss-up. Within this metropolis are 23 so-called special wards, including Shibuya and Suita. Janchi.
Tokyo.
That is correct. For 25 points, Japan's second most populous city is what port just south of Tokyo?
Yokohama. Yokohama.
Correct. And for 50 points, Tokyo and Yokohama both lie on the Kanto Plain, the largest on which Japanese island?
Honshu. Honshu.
You got 50 points. Here's your next toss-up. Which chemical element identified in the periodic table has the symbol K? Kelvin.
Potassium.
That is right. For 25 points, what element commonly used in light bulbs has symbol W?
Tungsten.
That is correct. And for 50 points, white LEDs, such as those in your signaling lights, use the Stokes shift, similar to what kind of lights frequently used in offices and schools?
Fluorescent. Fluorescent.
That is right for 50 points. Here is your next toss-up question. Dennis Gabor won the 1971 Nobel Prize in Physics for inventing a method of recording three-dimensional images. What's that technique now used as a security measure on credit cards? Anoop.
Holograms.
That is correct. For 25 points, both making and viewing holograms require the use of what type of device that emits coherent monochromatic light?
Lasers. Lasers.
Yes, and for 50 points, the photographic plate that records the hologram actually stores what kind of pattern? There's no discernible image if it is viewed like a photograph in normal light.
Infrared. Sure. Infrared.
See?
Infrared.
I'm sorry, no, it's the interference pattern.
Oh, that makes sense.
Next toss-up. Chief Justice William Howard Taft declared this act unconstitutional in Myers versus the United States. Which 1867 act barred the president from removing certain office holders without Senate approval? Karthik?
The Tenure Act.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can discuss?
Tenure of Office Act.
That is right. For 25 points, the dismissal of Edwin Stanton was one of the main charges against which 17th president in his impeachment trial?
Johnson.
I need more.
Andrew Johnson.
I mean, Lyndon Johnson could be much older than we think. Yes. Andrew Johnson is right. For 50 points, one of Johnson's major Senate opponents was Thaddeus Stevens, a radical Republican representing which state?
Maryland? New York?
No, it was Pennsylvania. Okay. Next toss-up question. This waterway separates the North and South Islands of New Zealand. What's this Namit?
Cook Strait.
That is right. For 25 points, which city on the Cook Strait lies at the mouth of the Hutt River and replaced Auckland as New Zealand's capital in 1865?
Wellington. Wellington.
That is correct. And for 50 points, the Cook Strait connects the main body of the Pacific Ocean to which sea nicknamed the Ditch?
Tasman Sea. Tasman Sea.
That is right for 50 points. Here's your next toss-up. In the Toy Story films, which toy was voiced by Tim Allen? Karthik.
Woody.
Nope, you can steal.
Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear.
That is right. For 25 points, Bob Peterson voiced which golden retriever who befriends Russell and Carl in Up?
Doug.
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 That is correct. And for 50 points, Jason Lee voiced which red-haired villain in The Incredibles?
Yes. Yes. I think so. Yes. Syndrome.
That is right for 50 points. Next toss-up, 496 and 8128 are examples of these numbers. What do we call numbers whose proper divisors sum to themselves? Janchi.
Perfect.
Yes. For 25 points, what is the smallest perfect number?
6. 6.
Correct. For 50 points, the reciprocals of the divisors of a perfect number, including the reciprocal of the number itself, always sum to what value?
1. 1.
2. Next toss-up. The Hyades cluster is in this constellation whose alpha star is Yes, Kelvin.
The Pleiades.
Say what?
The Pleiades.
No, I'm sorry. Is Aldebaran. What constellation located between Aries and Gemini represents a bull?
Taurus. Taurus.
Right, for 25 points. The Hyades are the nearest of what kind of star clusters that are looser and less massive than globular clusters?
I don't know.
Spherical.
No, open star clusters. Open star clusters. All right, your next toss-up. She moved to Amarna with her husband, who sought to establish Yes, Jarek.
Nefertiti.
Correct. For 25 points, Nefertiti was the stepmother of which boy pharaoh whose tomb was discovered by Howard Carter in 1922?
Tut.
Is there any other boy pharaoh? I just want to know. For 50 points, the famous bust of Nefertiti is on display in the Neues Museum in which European capital?
Paris. Paris.
It's like Lisbon. I don't know.
Okay.
Janchi.
Lisbon.
Berlin. And that is the end of the round. 235 for Bellarmine, 85 for Mission San Jose. We'll be back with more questions after this message.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
First from Bellarmine, Jarek, you're a senior, and last summer you took part in a program at Carleton College, which last year you said you were going to do, and you called it Carleton Cabbage, but we're not going to say anything about that. Just makes you human, right? What was this class you took?
It was a class on Italian Renaissance history and Shakespeare's plays, sort of going back to ancient Rome and how Rome influenced both Italy and England during the Renaissance.
Right, and all the Romeo and Juliet and Timon of Athens, all of that stuff. Cool. I bet that was a fun way of looking at Shakespeare and history. Janchi, you taught English in Taiwan for 2 weeks last summer.
Yes.
And what was that like? How old were your students?
So about 5th or 6th grade.
Okay, and what was the most exciting learning moment for you with them?
Well, my students like to get up a lot, and so I had to tell them to sit down quite often, but they really liked playing ping pong. So we did end up playing ping pong a lot.
In English, though?
Yes.
You played ping pong in English.
Yes.
Fantastic. And Namit, you were last summer at UC Santa Cruz studying invasive snails.
Yeah,
So we're not going to play any more game. We're just going to talk invasive snails for the next 15, 20 minutes. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, they're pretty bad creatures, but needless to say, they did not move as fast as his ping pong students. So.
How long did you study snails?
About 10 weeks.
2 weeks of teaching English and 10 weeks of studying snails. This makes sense. We are back. Bellarmine has 235 points. Mission San Jose has 85, and we will continue with our second round of toss-up questions. Good luck, gentlemen. Here's your next toss-up. The so-called child of this volcano emerged from the ocean in 1930, a nuke.
Krakatoa.
That is correct. For 25 points, Krakatoa lies in the Sunda Strait between Java and Sumatra, two of what nation's larger islands?
Indonesia.
That is right. And for 50 points, in an 1815 eruption, which other Indonesian volcano ejected so much material into the atmosphere that 1816 came to be known as the year without a summer?
Differ.
Tambora.
That is right for 50 points. Next toss-up. When it came to radio in 1938, it caused a nationwide panic. What's the... Yes, Anoop.
War of the Worlds.
That is right. For 25 points, the Eloy and Morlocks are races in what H.G. Wells' tale in which a traveler visits the year 802,701?
Yeah. The Time Machine.
That is right. For 50 points, the title substance of what 1909 novel is a quack medicine sold by Edward Ponderevo?
Quack medicine. Snake oil or quack medicine?
Karthik?
Snake oil.
It's Tono Bungay.
Okay.
I know, I haven't heard of that either. We'll have to read that after the show. Next toss-up. Systems of linear equations can be solved by manipulating their Yes, Kelvin.
Matrices.
That is right. For 25 points, what kind of square matrix has ones on its main diagonal and zeros everywhere else?
Identity.
That is right. And for 50 points, what do we call a square matrix that's equal to its transpose? Karthik? Karthik?
Symmetric.
You got 50 points. And you're creeping up to Bellarmine. Here's the next toss-up. This territory has been governed under the one country, two systems policy. Name it.
Hong Kong.
Right. For 25 points, the one country, two systems policy was proposed in the 1980s by which paramount leader of China?
Deng.
Yes. And for 50 points, the British seized Hong Kong during the first of which wars that were ended by a series of so-called unequal treaties?
Opium War. Opium Wars.
You got 50 points. Here's your next toss-up. The charge on this particle was determined by the 1909... Yes, Karthik.
Electron.
Yes. For 25 points, which American physicist collaborated with Harvey Fletcher on the oil drop experiment?
Millikan.
Yes, and for 50 points, more than 20 years later, a cloud chamber was used to observe which antiparticle of the electron?
Positron.
You got 50 points. This is an exciting game. Next toss-up. Which wine country town is home to the northernmost of California's missions? Janchi.
Napa.
No. You can steal.
Where's San Luis Obispo?
I think it's south, but
Karthik.
go ahead.
San Luis Obispo.
Sonoma.
Oh, okay.
Next toss-up. The word paladin is derived from the Palatine Hill, one of the seven... Yes, Anoop.
Rome.
Yes. For 25 points, the word paladin was also used to refer to supporters of Frederick V during what conflict that saw the battles of Breitenfeld and Lutzen?
It's 30 years.
30 Years' War.
You got it. And for 50 points, which legendary paladin in the service of Charlemagne died while blowing an Oliphant horn during the Battle of Roncesvalles Pass?
Oh, Roland.
Differ. Roland.
That is right for 50 points. And Mission San Jose has taken the lead. Next toss-up. If you don't want to spring for a real diamond, you could try to make a synthetic one from what other form of carbon? Kelvin.
Graphite.
Yes, for 25 points. Which isotope of carbon is used in radiocarbon dating?
It's carbon 14.
Karthik, I need an answer.
Carbon 14.
Carbon 14.
That is right. For 50 points, carbon 14 is not the most common isotope of carbon. Most of the world's carbon is what other lighter isotope?
Carbon 12.
You got 50 points. Next toss-up. What is the color of litmus paper in the presence of an alkali? Karthik.
Blue.
Yes. For 25 points, what is the color of litmus paper when exposed to an acid?
Red. Pink or red? It's red. I think it's red.
Red.
That's the only science thing I know. And for 50 points, in contrast to litmus paper, what kind of paper turns a wider variety of colors to indicate degree of acidity or alkalinity?
pH paper. Indicator paper. pH paper. Sure.
pH paper.
You got 50 points. Next toss-up. Which SI unit is used to measure electrical resistance and impedance? Kelvin?
Ohms.
Yes. For 25 points, Ohm's law says that voltage is the product of resistance times what other quantity?
Current.
Yes, and for 50 points, what resettable device in your home is tripped when current exceeds specified limits?
Circuit breaker. What's it called? Fuse. Fuse.
Karthik?
Fuse.
No, a circuit breaker.
Oh, yeah.
That is the end of the round. Bellarmine has 285. Mission San Jose is in the lead for 435. We will crown our champion after these messages.
San Mateo Credit Union. 60 years of experience providing financial services to the people of San Mateo County. Security, value, community, tradition. Where people are worth more than money. smcu.org. smcu.org.
Let's say hi to the Warriors. And Kelvin, you're a senior and have been a member of the Mission San Jose Marching Band for 4 years. What do you play?
I play the clarinet.
Do you do a lot of competitions?
Yes.
How was last fall's season?
It's been great. Playing a clarinet is not as tiring as playing a tuba or any of the other heavier instruments.
That is true. If you're going to march, you might as well march with a little clarinet. Very nice. Karthik, you're part of the robotics team, and you've been taking place in their competitions this year. What kind of robot did you have to build?
Yeah, so there's a challenge in which we're supposed to put balls inside of cylinders, and we're supposed to push those cylinders up ramps.
And is your robot doing that successfully?
Yeah, we went to a recent tournament and we got 4th place.
Congratulations, very nicely done. Anoop, you're part of the debate team at school, and you take part in public forum debates. What are public forum debates?
So public forum debate is 2 people versus 2 other people, and the topic rotates every month, and we debate political issues, either domestic or international.
And you have to be equally well-versed on both sides of the argument because you never know what you're going to do, huh?
Yeah, they tell you before the debate starts, and you have to have cases on both sides.
You may become a politician, Anoop. I'll vote for you. We are back, and I'd like to introduce 2 very proud gentlemen who are standing beside their teams, and that is the coaches. From Bellarmine, Mr. Chris Fleetus. And from Mission San Jose, Dr. Charlie Brucker. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, Bellarmine, you have been our champions many times, so if any team can come from behind and take the championship, I know it's you. You need to get 5 correct answers, each worth 30 points, in order to stay in the game. Today's categories for this all-important championship match are the American Revolution, airports, and cities. Which category would you like?
Revolution. We'll go with the American Revolution.
The American Revolution. I am going to ask for the names of people associated with the American Revolution. He was the author of Common Sense.
Paine.
That is right. He was the leader of Vermont's Green Mountain Boys.
Allen.
You're right. He was the patriot who had but one life to give for my country.
Oh, Nathan Hale.
Yes. Hale.
You got it. He was the Prussian who trained troops at Valley Forge.
Von Steuben. Yeah. Von Steuben.
That is correct. He was the traitor who tried to turn West Point over to the British.
Arnold.
That is right. You are now tied. He was the British victor at Bunker Hill.
Maybe. Gage.
No, it was William Howe. Finally, this French marquis became an American major general.
Lafayette.
That's right. You've taken the lead at 465. Mission San Jose. You have to choose between airports and cities.
We'll go with cities.
Cities. If you give me 2 correct answers, you will be the 2015 Quiz Kids champions. You'll wear a little button with my face on it for the entire summer, wherever you go. Each of these things contains the name of a city, such as the Tower of London, okay? It's the 1863 address beginning fourscore and 7 years ago.
Gettysburg Address.
You've tied the game. If you get one more correct answer, you win. These are the 1949 Conventions on Treating Prisoners of War.
Geneva. I think so. Geneva Conventions.
Karthik.
Geneva.
Mission San Jose, you are the 2015 champions! Whoa! We will be right back with some very special messages, so stay tuned.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
Welcome back. Jarek, Janchi, Namit. I can't think of how many times Bellarmine has found itself as one of the top 2 teams at the end of the season. This season's no exception. Congratulations on a well-played season. Do you want to tell us, Janchi, who you brought with you?
Yes, behind us we have our audience for today. To my right is Mr. Fleetus, our coach, and to his left are my 2 parents. Unfortunately, Jarek's and Namit's parents could not make it today.
Well, I'm glad that your parents are here to support the 3 of you, and again, congratulations on a great season. And over here we have this year's champions, the Mission San Jose Warriors, Anoop, Karthik, Kelvin, congratulations. Karthik, tell us who you brought with you today.
Yeah, so on my right is Anoop's dad, and then we also have Dr. Brucker. And then on my left is my dad and Kelvin's dad.
Well, gentlemen, I bet you're all very, very proud of your sons and of your team, Dr. Brucker. Great job coaching them. Great job. Well played. Congratulations on a well-deserved championship. Hey, I understand that the top 4 teams are going to see each other again really soon, Karthik. Tell us where.
Yeah, so we're going to all be traveling to Chicago to compete at the National Academic Quiz Tournament's National Championships.
Well, I hope you guys have a moment to get some deep dish pizza and celebrate a great season of Quiz Kids together, you know?
Yeah,
have a wonderful, wonderful summer. I hope all of you have a wonderful summer. Keep watching. We'll see you for a new season beginning in the fall. Till then, I'm Brad Friedman saying bye-bye.